So by now, if you're a sports fan or if you're a Vegas fan, you've already heard the Oakland Athletics are moving to Vegas. We're also going to tell you, I think, the real reason that nobody's telling you why this can even possibly happen here. And it all comes down to something that the Las Vegas Raiders have experienced in recent years since after COVID shut down in full, butts and seats at the stadium. But nobody's thinking about it from this perspective. And I'm going to give you that perspective in just a minute. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. This is a video about the Oakland Athletics. Not the only one I'll probably ever do. I'm not a Focus on Sports channel. If you're just joining me and you're an Oakland Athletics fan, first of all, your team is baseball royalty, basically. And the fact that it's moving has to hurt you. So I'm going to be as balanced and level-headed as I possibly can as I explained all of this, because I don't want to offend people. I know I'm from Calgary, Canada. If the Flames moved somewhere else, I'd be crushed. Even though I'm a Golden Knights fan primarily now, I still would not want to see my team I followed my whole life disappear. That being said, I just want to point out, I remember watching Jose Canseco hit the longest home run in then Sky Dome history, now the Rogers Center in Toronto, as I watched the Blue Jays as a kid.
Canseco bids for the second homer of the inning. If it's fair, he's got it.
Whoa.
And it settles into the upper deck.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't see it live, but it was news. So you guys definitely have a history. So let's respect that, first of all. Second of all, let's talk about the deal. And then before we do that, let's talk about some history. The Athletics are playing in one of the worst and oldest stadiums in the entire league. I'm going to call it a ballpark from here on in. It's a place where the Las Vegas Raiders used to play when they were the Oakland Raiders. It's a place that Al Davis and then Mark Davis were on a mission to replace. It's a place where the Oakland Athletics knew that they couldn't make enough money because they didn't have ticket revenue from fancy box seats. It's a place where the fan experience was terrible. They needed a new building and they tried. They tried over and over and over again, but this little thing called the Las Vegas Raiders popped up. And after Mark Davis moved the team to Vegas and got big money to come here and notice the success that he was having, which we'll get to as the real reason. It's not the reason you think in a few minutes, so stick with me on this video. I guess the Athletics decided that they were going to look in the same direction. Negotiations started happening with the Bay Area government. They couldn't figure out what was actually going to happen with the team. Were they just using Vegas as a bargaining chip? Were they serious? And then the commissioner of baseball got involved. He got involved, and when push came to shove, the city of Oakland offered a deal to build this beautiful, gorgeous waterfront type of development, all centered around this new ballpark. And when things got prolonged and the city council kept batting around ideas, the A's got more interested in Vegas, a place where we have the money to just say, here, shovel-ready land, a huge tax abatement, a special financial zone for you so you can make the move easier on you, and let's just do it. And to make matters worse, the commissioner of baseball basically waived the relocation fee to move the team out of Oakland, which is a big stab in the eye for everybody who is an Athletics fan, because typically you have to pay hundreds of millions of dollars to move your team in professional sports, but all of a sudden they didn't have that issue to have to deal with. And at the same time, the mayor of Oakland is kind of to blame for all of this, because during all of this, right up to the last minute, she was into it. And then when she found out that the Oakland Athletics had purchased 49 acres of land to build a ballpark in Vegas near the Strip, she basically rage quit the negotiations, stating that I knew it, they were using Vegas as a bargaining chip for us to lower the price and get a better deal the whole time. But if that was the case, they would have prolonged the negotiations until the bitter end, when the commissioner of baseball said at the end of 2023, you no longer get revenue share, and that's a portion of all of the money that the team shares from TV rights and merchandising and ticket sales that help the teams out. He gave them until 2023. So if they were really just trying to use Vegas as a negotiating chip, I don't believe that they would have pulled the trigger on the move. All right, so that's out of the way. What is this really going to entail? Well, first of all, I was right on some things and I was wrong on some things in talking about this for the last couple of years here on the channel. I was right on the fact that this is not on the Strip. I was wrong on the fact that I thought if they did put it on the Strip, they would put it in a different spot. Some people thought that the Tropicana would be sold to the Oakland Athletics, razed to the ground, and a new ballpark constructed. People thought that was a cool idea, and I thought it was preposterous. Why would you go ahead and pay $1 billion for a building only to raze it to the ground and then spend another $1 billion after a prolonged demolition and moving and clearing the land to build a ballpark? Didn't make sense. I was wrong in that I said I think the actual Athletics were using Vegas as a bargaining chip and the team wouldn't move. I was dead wrong on that. And I was also wrong on the location. I said if it is in Vegas on the Strip, it's likely going to be in the north end of the Strip next to the Circus and the Hilton Grand Vacation Tower, where Phil Ruffin owns a bunch of land. It would be perfect. No, this is going to end up being right off the strip, located behind the New York, Tropicana, that area on the other side, the west side. It's going to be a 49-acre plot of land that they purchased from Station Casinos, proving that Station Casinos are the smartest gaming company on the planet. This is not financial advice, but there's a reason why. Is it Moody's or Moonies? One of those funds says buy Station. They're great. Yeah, this is why. See, Station owns 51 acres next to the land. As my friend Matt from Realm Entertainment pointed out, very smart move. Now they own some of the most valuable property in Las Vegas, right next to this new ballpark that's going to be built. 30 to 35,000 seats. Oh, it's going to be a retractable roof. Of course it is. That's what they build in hot climates. You can't play baseball outside in a daytime game in August in Vegas because people would be dying of heat stroke. It's going to be a small ballpark, which leads us to what I believe is the real incentive for any team to come to Vegas. And this is what it comes down to, my friends. It comes down to the fact that they don't need to sell a lot of tickets. As a matter of fact, I read a stat, and if I'm not wrong, it was that the Raiders were 27th out of attendance in the NFL, meaning that there are 26 teams before them that draw more fans. But the Raiders have the highest average ticket revenue in the entire league. Yeah. In addition to that, they're going to be moving into a Southern California market. So they're going to be on TV constantly in Southern California, which gives them much better negotiations when it comes to regional sports networks. They're going to be making more money there, and they're going to be making a ton of money off of corporate sponsorships in a city with companies that are worth billions of dollars, like MGM Resorts International and, Caesars Entertainment and Station Casinos themselves, possibly. And the fact that they can build a giant billboard, as I talked about in my MSG Sphere video that just dropped literally yesterday, means that they can just profit everywhere. See, that's the thing about this city. This city is a moneymaker for any company bold enough with enough dollars to actually pull the trigger and set up a presence in this town. And it all comes down to the almighty dollar at the end of the day. Baseball used to be America's pastime, and it may still be America's pastime, but it is a giant business that is run like a business with a bottom line at the end of it every single time, like any business. So I think that's the real reason why they actually moved the team here. They moved the team here because it's not about the locals. The locals will never go to games. But you got 44 million people that come here every single year. And as I told my friend Jason, who I met at the Vegas Golden Knights game, I said, man, people think of Vegas as a metropolitan area with 2.8 million residents, but it really isn't. It's like a city with 46.8 million residents. The 2.8 million that live here and the 44 million every year that come here. And that's it. You can monetize those people. You can make them one of the biggest profits in Major League Baseball. I don't think it was a negotiating chip. I think they looked for the best offer, and Vegas turned out to be the case. But you tell me in the comments of this video. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. This is a huge, huge, huge deal for the city. It's a massive deal. It's going to get a steady flow of people coming in to follow their ball clubs when they want to come and play the Athletics when they're scheduled on the docket. It's going to give us another venue. We can have things like the World Series of Baseball if they're still even doing that. We can have college NCAA tournaments out here. It's a good thing for the city all around. Whether or not Oakland suffers dramatically because of this, I don't know. But maybe it teaches them how to negotiate in the future, and they keep other things that the city really, really needs, because I've never been up there. I always wanted to go and see the place, and I hear it's beautiful, especially in the summertime. My name is Steven. That's the video. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I forgot to tell you to subscribe in this video, so subscribe to this video if you made it all the way to the end. And I love you guys for watching. Check out our Patreon where we do extra stuff. You can find the link in the in the show more box below this video or right here on the screen. I love you, sweet Caroline. Can't wait to see you when you get back later this year. And I love you, the person, for watching this video. If you're from Oakland, I apologize. I'm sorry. It's the way it is, man. Sometimes this happens. But I got to say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? We go 3, 2, 1, and click.